My name is Lecturer Kilaji, Bishop Kenya Michael Loltome, speaking here in Kenya Republic, Nairobi National Government this afternoon. I'm going to talk actually briefly about the Word of God in relation to Kenya politics today. And I'm speaking in Nairobi, Embakasi East Constituency, Embakasi village. That is where I'm speaking inside my house, which was built by British government in 1956 on July 23rd, 1956. So I thank the British government first of all, and also more so God, and also Kenyans for the way they are actually behaving now in Kenya. So despite challenges of bad government and also very horrific kind of protest going on. So we are going to read the word of God from the book of Exodus, chapter 1, and I'm just going to read one verse, which is 14. And remember, this book was written by the servant of God called Moses. And why it was written, we are told by him, which is Moses, the servant of God. He was reminding Israelites how God has rescued them from oppression or slavery in the land of Africa called Egypt. And we too, all Kenyans, also we need to know that God is going to rescue us from this bad government of President Ruto anytime. We believe so. So this book was written 1,440 years before Jesus was born, which is about now 3,463 years ago. It's a long time ago. So this is what we are going to read. About actually, is lying ever okay? That is found in verses 19 and 20. That is Exodus verse 19 and 20. You know, is it sometimes when you are under kind of a pressure or oppression, okay, when you in a kind of a a situation, is it okay sometimes? Is it lying ever okay? Kutoa uongo kiasi ni sawa. Yeah? We are told actually, let's read randomly verse 14 to 20. Verse 14 of the Exodus, verse 14 to 20, it read, when you help the king said, or 15, 13 even, 15, let's start from, let's say 14. They made their lives bitter with hard labor, okay, in a brick and mortar, and with all kinds of work in the field. In all their hard labor, the Egyptians used to be ruthlessly. That is now an oppression, Israelite oppressed in the land of Egypt. That is verse 14. 15, the king of Egypt, that was actually, we are told it was a terrible king called Pharaoh. The king of Egypt said to the midwife of to the Hebrews midwives, whose names were Shivara and Pua, when you help the Hebrews women in the childbirth and observe them on their delivery stool, if it is a boy, kill him, but if it is a girl, let her live. 17, the midwives, however, feared God and did not do what the king of Egypt had told them to do. They let the boys alive. Then the king of Egypt summoned the midwives and asked, why have you not done this? That is to kill those children of Israel. Why have you let the boys alive? The midwives answered the Pharaoh, Hebrew women are not Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive. Opening and closing in inverted comma. 20. So God was kind to the midwives, and people increased and became even more numerous. We are saying, the question is a lie ever okay? That is Exodus chapter 1 verse 19 and 20. Because God has blessed these women who have actually lied to the king, which was a murderous king, or an Egyptian king called Pharaoh, who told even the midwives, people who are women who are helping others from Israel, who are helping also the Israelite women to give birth, okay, to kill their own sons, okay, baby boys, but they lied to him. So is it okay in that case? Which is more terrible? Is it to kill those children or to lie a bit? They decided to lie a bit. And we are told God blessed them. In verse 20, so God was kind to those midwives, and people increased and became even more numerous. When people are under operation, slavery kind of life like Kenyans now, people can even shit sometimes. It is allowed to shit a little bit. Because sometimes you can, save somebody, which the government want to kill. Okay? Anyhowly. People now are protesting in Kenya, Nairobi government, because it belongs to Raila Amolo Odinga. People's sovereign power president. 3/4 of Kenyans want Raila Amolo Odinga, 50 millions. And Nairobi, the whole of Nairobi want Raila Amolo Odinga. So the president now has no office. Our president is just loitering, there's no office he can enter in Nairobi. Even is set out, even, Arambe House, executive office of the president is not there. I've been there several times. When I wanted even to take a piece, kind of a book to him, he's not there. His politicians are not there. Members of parliament, you will never get one in the office. Never. Never. When I took this peace book to the executive office of the president, all right, His Excellency William Samoei is nowhere to be found. And they told me actually he's not there. The president is not here. Huh? He's just, we don't know where he is. In his home, and he just operate there. And one time he just was in State House. But Arambe is executive officer of the president in the central business district of Nairobi. It's not, you cannot find him. Neither regarding Gachagua, I went even to his office. When I went on 5th July to take this peace book before now the mass action started. And I went even to Raila Amolo Odinga office. But Raila Odinga was there. Because I was told he left just like when I arrived there, but he was there. Yeah, that's what I was told. But our president, members of parliament, you will not get them in the offices. That is Kenyatta International Convention Center. You will never get them. Go even to Intercontinental. You will not get MPs there. You will not get offices. You will not get them. You will never. Because the president himself is not working together with vice president. And that's why even the whole administration now is collapsing. So what we want to say, we need actually a change of this leadership. A drastic kind of urgent change. That's what I'm telling Kenyans. Alright? Like what had happened here now in where we have read. You can read the whole of that chapter. That is Exodus chapter 1 verse 1 to 14. You will see when Israelites have fought until they went out of Egypt. They decided to refuse many things, to kill themselves. Like those women, they refuse to kill the children they are told to kill. Babies, Israeli boys, they refuse to kill. And people now refuse what is called atrocity against humanity that time. It is recurring now in Kenya. 2023, the year of Jesus Christ's birth. Now we are in that year. But before that, there are many years again. I'm reading now from 1,440 years before Jesus was on earth. The same thing is repeating in Kenya. Kenyans now, soldiers are told to kill their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, and these are our sons and these are our sons and daughters. They are told now by the president say shoot to kill. President Ruto government is saying like that. Like just Pharaoh. Alright? Who was actually told those women to kill the people. So what I want to tell Kenyans, read Exodus chapter 1 verse 1 to 14. And remember today we are oppressed. And we need to deliver ourselves by prayer, by posting prayer, and also, posting what we call guarding ourselves. Let us not kill each other, but we need to protest against the government like what Israelites did. Okay? So that's my message today. Spiritual message to all people, races, tribes, religions, and genders and colors living in Kenya. Remember today, we are living in a very bad politics because the president has already issued a decree, shoot to kill. Our police now, when they get people, they are killing. They are jailing people anyhow. Imagine even our MP, Member of Parliament, Babu Wino, he was just on a trip from Mombasa. He was put in. He's still in. His money now are taken about 200,000 and he's still in. He's not yet released. So, and many other people are also killed. Anyhow, police are shooting people and they are sons and daughters because they are also told if you don't kill, we will kill you. You see? So remember, we are living in a very terrible government of bad politics and bad government. Today, this leadership of our president and his deputy president, okay, Kibrono Rigathi Gachagua, and also President Ruto, all right, their government, this is a very ruthless, brutal kind of dictatorial kind of leadership. And they used to laugh and joke and make so little of sin. They don't care. This is what I mean when they see people dying, they are laughing. When they see someone they killed, they are laughing. When they see someone dying in Vanga, they are laughing. They are also imitating people eating, sometimes, when they see people eating different type of food, they are laughing. So what we want to say, that these human beings are not considering what is the wages of sin, which is death in Romans 6:23. Now, they are taking, for sure, they are taking actually sin just like a very simple thing. It is to them, it's just a religious kind of mirage, illusion, mirage, something which is very petty thing. And they can, deny it and laugh at it and joke about it with a very little thought about the consequences of sin, which has already now cleared many Kenyans. And a lot of properties are destroyed. And the government still continue laughing with their families and enjoying. It is very bad. So the consequences of sin is death in Romans 6:23. The wages of sin is death, and it has already occurred in Kenya. So what we want to say, remember the origin of sin. You can read in Jude 1:6. All right? And also, you can read what is sin in 1 John 3:4 to conclude this matter. And how sin entered the world from the very beginning. You can read in Romans 5:3 and the whole chapter of Genesis and 2 and 3. Okay? You can read it through Adam, our first parent, Adam and Eve. You can also read about sin consequences, the result of sin. You can read in Ephesians 2:1. And also you can read actually the remedy of sin. Okay? You can also read that one. All right? As we continue in 2 Corinthians 5:21. You can read it. All right? This is actually what I want you to learn today. Remember those things I've mentioned. Remember, I am actually Bishop Kenya Michael Loltome repeatedly again. An expert, obvious, of systematic Christianity and systematic Islamic Al-Shabaab terrorist ideology studies, which of course I've learned by the order of God and also by the order of American government and Kenya also, because they have not refused me to teach. Okay? I am a professor in theology, a lecturer clergy. I've been trained at Kapsa College for 4 years, Kenya. Nandi County. I've also studied America University, one of them being here in Kenya, called Ramona, California Vision International University, Ramona, California, United States of America. It was here. And also I've read, I've also learned independent learning about Islamic studies, all right, from Columbia International University, distance independent learning for many years. Completed studies. Here it is, the catalog, if you want to study about Muslims, about Muslim people, about the Prophet, about the people, about politics, about power. You can read it. It is here. Introduction to Islamic Studies. All this catalog concern is expensive, but it's an anthropology, cross-cultural studies. Okay, American Christianity, systematic theology, and introduction to Islam, likewise systematic theology, intercultural studies. I've done it here. You can see it. All right. I've learned about the meaning of Islam, the Prophet, peoples of Islam, politics, and their power. Okay? And Muslims and Christians also, the way they relate, dialogue. I've studied it. So I'm not short of knowing what's the truth. I've also taught paramilitary general service unit here in Embakasi, Nairobi, Embakasi, Utawala, for 12 years, an equivalent unofficial force to Kenya Army, in their capabilities of warfare, spiritual and physical, as a civilian spiritual affairs instructor. For 12 years, I've also taught African Inland Beset Bible College, Narok County Government, and I've also taught Component College of Mission International at Narok County Government. And I also coaching student of East Africa Theological student, East Africa School of Theology here in Nairobi, student coaching them, particularly during COVID-19, and also Presbyterian University of East Africa. I also coaching student who are taking degree level here in Nairobi. So that's me. If you want to learn about introduction to Islam and Islam as a whole, you can contact Columbia International University, a division of Islamic Studies. Otherwise, may God bless you, all human beings living in Kenya. And remember, I said we need a drastic, urgent, change of this government. Very corrupt government of President Ruto. A drastic, urgent change. Next week, let's support our president, people's president, His Excellency Raila Odinga, to be our next president next week. And I want also to tell our judiciary, Chief Justice, to prepare for swearing-in ceremony. Because our president now is not in control of Nairobi. And this is the head of Kenya Republic, national government. So if the president is not, is not actually, he cannot sit in his office because nobody wants him, that's not why he should be there. He needs to rethink what he's doing and also step down immediately before next week. And also, I want our MP, Member of Parliament, Honorable Babu Wino, to be released immediately. And